Yo, what's up? I'm Genghis Roth, I'm part of Far Hot Ice, Abstract Revolution, and Lost Boys, and I am one of your judges. This is round 3. It's complexity, super hype. This is by far my favorite out of the different categories and subcategories. The way that IGL defines complexity is that it is the level of dexterity combined with utilitarian skills and that are creatively required to execute movements. The way that Aki put it is that complexity is one of the hardest on the scoreboard for newbies, also one of the most important ones, because complexity and musicality are the two that have the greatest value. They're out of 5 points, and he broke it down so that it's variety, difficulty, and uniqueness, or like creativity. I like that he put that although having a combination of these 3 things are good, it's not necessary to have all 3 to get like max points. I also like that he put that we will be like reviewing everything from your basics to all the more complex obviously complex stuff, and then a common misconception is that certain genres or movements can't be complicated, but that's not true. Anything can be done in one complicated way, even the finger roll. That's very true. Yeah, no, you can have some really complex finger rolls, and then sometimes if you use musicality with it, it'll just benefit you. So yeah, very hype. Once again, do not use objects that are irrelevant. Don't use any video effects. And then please overlay your music. For this round, overlaying the music wasn't as important because with complexity, there's a lot less to do with how well you're hitting things musically, but still it can come into play, and like being able to hit something really hard really well is a great way to add to your complexity, especially if you're like using variety of movements, or if you're like trying to layer your movements, you're like just doing something real simple and then expanding over time. Or if you're just doing unique stuff, sometimes if you're using your musicality very uniquely, then that will come into play to heighten your complexity score. Okay. Yeah, so that's the intro. First person, I'm going to start from the bottom this time, is Morty. Okay, so first up is Morty. Okay, got into the wave tutting. Okay, how far are we gonna go with this? That was pretty good. That was pretty good musicality. Okay, yeah, we got some kind of, dissected figure was a fun ending. That was a pretty good ending. Uh, yeah. Okay, wait. Let's go back here. So when it comes to complexity, it's out of five. So there's this in musicality has the most like wiggle room when it comes to the score, right? Yeah, you showed some pretty good variety. I think it's safe to give you a three. I want to give you a two, but I think you showed enough that a three is warranted. So I am going to give you a three. Wait, which one's mine? Okay, cool. I'm last. Nice. Three. Okay. Yeah. No, so if you wanted to raise your score, the biggest thing is to continue your connections. So you did whips, you did kind of broken down figure eights and liquid, and you did tutting, and you did wave tutting, finger tutting, and you did finger rolls. I think that you spent too much time doing finger rolls where you could be doing connections within your finger tutting, because you did seem to have some it felt like you had a combo or two for finger tutting slash wave tutting, but you kind of like reset and you like went back here and you went to here. So yeah, just get more comfortable wave tutting so that you can get more connections within the wave tutting if that's what you want to work on. But your tutting itself was pretty solid, and so I think just knowing where your camera is will also kind of help, just so you can, because you were a bit too high for the tutting part. But yeah, just playing around with different connections and getting used to your connections with tutting and finger tutting, I think would be the best step to getting up to a 4. And then to get to a 5, you have to really break down your finger rolls and whips. You can't be throwing them the same way that you've seen other people throw them. You have to get really in, because like if you're going with the variety and just, you either need to break down all the stuff that you currently have, or you just gotta crunch and learn more. So you got kind of options. But yeah, overall that was a fun one to watch. So 3. Okay, so the next one is Pro Steve. Okay, we started chilling. Okay, where are we going from here? We got some liquid, kind of separated it a bit. That's not bad. That's some hand flow. Elbows are Oh, okay. Yeah. Yo, okay, we got the 9 point. Let's go. That is a lot of space you're moving. Oh shit, you doing hoodies then? Hell yeah. Okay, we got a diagonal 9 points. Okay, we got a box trace. Okay. or the way same way you started? Okay, wait, hold on. How did you start? How did it look like when you started? Yeah, because you had your thumbs on the whole time. Okay, 5 seconds. Yeah, you know, okay, I'm gonna go back here. Let's go down to where complexity is. Okay, so out of five, out of five, I think it's safe to give you a 3. I think it's safe to give you a 3. I kind of want to give you a 2, but it's safe to give you a 3. I truly believe that you have a lot of potential. You did some complicated shit, but it wasn't enough in depth of that complicated shit to warrant anything higher than 3. I do enjoy the fact that you started with liquid and you attempted like some I don't know if difficult liquid move would be the right way to put it, but because you can do some really fun advanced liquid moves, like you can have rails going in 3-dimensional space, within like the 3x3 cube, and you can also have some really fun splits and contours in general are a lot of fun to see. So I just wanted to bring those up. I didn't see a lot of whips, but I did see a little too many finger rolls being used as transition, because it didn't feel like it was being used as transition at that point. It felt like it was being used as a crutch to like reset at, and it reset twice, or well, it transitioned twice into a 9-point cluster, which is not bad. Although I admit you did use too much secondary movement when you were like traversing space with your 9-point. So I believe you went something along the lines of it, because when you're breaking it out, you have that much space and that much space, right? But it felt like you moved your hand. You went like boom, 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 and then you moved it like a lot more. But yeah, no, I think if you work on just how your 9-point is and more transitions within clusters, that'd be a really fun thing to see you work on. But also, I saw you working with the sort of tutting, because you had an angle here, and then you were tracing the space, you were tracing the box. So I feel like it'd be a lot of fun to see you expand on that as well. Like, I think I'd be able to give you a 4 if you were able to stick within one of those concepts the entire time. Like, if you did just one concept, but you broke into all of these different moves within it and showcased all these different sub-concepts within that one thing, then I think that warrants a 4. You did try to show your variety, and I can applaud that, but the highest I can give is a 3. But yeah, so that was fun. Pro Steve, 3. Okay, so next is Mamdasu. Ooh, love this song. Wait, hold on. What did I miss? Okay, we're starting with that. We got into a finger tut. We have an accelerometer set. Okay, doing some like kind of wave tutting. Okay, I like that hook. Okay. The hook was to the webbings. That's the second time I saw that. started with, going into the middle of the song.
I wanna stay asleep.
Okay. We got the whips again. How are you gonna expand from here? Okay, flow that did it there. Not bad finger rolls, by the way. Okay, back to that whip pattern. That's the third time. Oh, okay, okay. No, that's different. That's different. Did an ISO with the whip. Okay, landing in a finger tie. Okay, that was solid. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. 2. I liked it. I, I, I don't know if you could hear me while I was watching. I hope that you can. I hope I did the desktop audio right this time, and and you can, both happening at the same time. I'm not talking too loud. The music ain't too loud. But essentially, that was a great song choice. Love that song. Um, I mean, everything on the playlist is solid. So I don't think this was the best song to use for this round. It got you not labbing, but it got you like kind of vibing and kind of like chilling. You wound up, I don't know if being too comfortable is a good way to put it, but you reused some of your moves and positions, like the whips in that one place, the this, and your pinky being out with your thumb out. I feel like you used that a little too much without expanding enough on them. I think to get a 3, yeah, to get to a 3, you showcased some variety. I mean, you went into like whips, finger tutting, you went into different forms of whips, you went into liquid. I don't think you did any like tutting necessarily, but you did do some really fun stuff. And to get to a 3, I think you would have to isolate one of those things to do a bit more, or and I think this might work for you, is to dive so deep into a character, like dive so deep into storytelling that that the non-gloving moves become your complexity. Like you're so well into the like miming aspect of something, or you're so well into telling the story of that character that I can't argue that it's not complex, to the point of like, if you were to start doing whips and you made it look like a gun, I mean, for this song that wouldn't be the case. In this song it would be a thing of like, if you made your teardrop conjuring, so if you were to like conjure teardrops, I couldn't argue that that's not complex, especially if you were to switch your thumbs or your pointers or any of your fingers from the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom. I wouldn't be able to argue that it's not complex. So if you dive in that way, if you go in that route, boom, easy 3, 4. If you're able to do it really cleanly, that's how you would get a 5. But for now, it's a 2. Okay, so next is Kashi. Not submitted on... I like how in parentheses it's not submitted on time. Aki. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you got like little water droplets. Oh, do something fun with your thumbs, please, please. Something fun with the thumbs. Give me contrast. Okay, okay, that's fun. That's cool. Man, I didn't get fun thumb things. Okay. Maybe you're just teasing it and you're just not ready to give me fun thumb things. Okay, okay, this is pretty fun. That felt good and weird. Got some lips. Okay. You're expanding. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Something different. Let's go. Oh, okay. You're gonna do some crazy flails now. Okay, you went to the other side, sort of. Why are you not going to the other side? What's wrong with your left? Oh, oh. Okay. 233. Man, so this isn't round 6. I don't know if you, man, I want to start by saying this is not round 6 because I want to give you a high score. I cannot. I have to give you a 2. I don't think I can give, I think I can argue a 3, but I think I have to give you a 2, man. Like, it was a really high energy video, and it was super on beat. You hit beats really well. You hit them really fun. And you did, like I was saying, you expanded some of the moves you were doing earlier, especially with the whips. It felt very planned. Felt very, yes, this there, this there, this there, this there. You know, like you knew exactly where you planned to go. You also did some really fun flails. You did the buzzsaw flails, and you went into I believe that was I can't tell if it was intended to be box mode or diamond mode, 4-petal in-spin flowers. But yeah, no, dude, you did the thing. It was dope. It was hype. But I think, yeah, I really want to give you a 3 because you did the fun 4-petal in-spin flowers. You didn't do any isolations. I think that's the big reason why I can only give you a 2. If you did any sort of isolations, I think I could higher the score. Like, don't get me wrong, you can totally throw in all whips and flails video and get a 5. But I don't think you're at that level yet, but you're definitely working on it. That was some hype ass shit, man. Dude, if this was round 6, you would get a fucking max. Like, if this was the... Next week is transitions and pacing. That would have been perfect. But for complexity, no. I'm sorry, man. But it was a lot of fun to watch. Actually, I'm going to add that to my playlist because it was that fun to watch. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. So, very excited to see your round 6, possibly even next round. But for right now, it's a 2. Okay, next is Lim. starting slow, we're starting easy, we're chilling. Okay, we got some time. We're sort of far away. This is still rising action. And then we're gonna keep yeah, that was really good. Pretty good speed control. Nice. Gonna expand on that. Gonna give it some like hard pattern. Whips are good though. The whips are solid. Oh, that's the end. Yeah, no, dude, that was pretty solid. That was pretty good. I think, man, I don't want to give you a low score though. I think I gotta give you a 2. I gotta give you a 2, man. Gotta give you a 2. And it's strictly because you actually, hold on. Let me make sure. Let me check. That position right there. If you were to get into like with your fingers straight like this, and if you were to do just a couple more different forms from here, because you did get into some really fun whips, if you were to just isolate the whips, give me a grid of some form, or give me like a hybrid or a spliced concept of some sort, then I could argue to get it up to a 3. And then if you were to do spliced concepts, or just like dual isolation stuff the entire time, I could argue up to a 4. But in general, I think this was solid for storytelling. I think this was pretty good for pacing and transition, which is next week. And then this was pretty good musicality. Like, I'd say this would probably be a 4 in musicality, but I didn't watch it for that. I watched it for complexity. So I wouldn't say it was the best for that. For complexity, yeah, I think it really is just that form right there, and isolating your whips. Breaking down your whips, because even if you were to, like, because there were some points where you hit, like, ba. So if you were to... Jest is actually really good at this, where he'll have his whip just opened, and then he'll, like, digit with that opened, right? He'll be like, ba, da, 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 da. And that is good for musicality. It's great for complexity as well. Just doing a compression wave, showing that you're not just doing a move, but you're being able to break down how that move functions. Even if you were to kind of twist your whips into other... If you were to do your whips along a liquid rail or like a liquid wave, that's what I mean by like a hybrid concept. Spliced would be like if you were to be doing like this, where it's a wave and a whip. But yeah, no, I think you got a really solid foundation though. Like that in general would do pretty well in a normal competition. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. For this, it's got to be a 2 for complexity. Okay, so next is Sway. Let's go.
Day you called, the sun was big and low.
Oh, wait.
To the
And then it's at 100. Okay.
day you called, the sun was big and low. To the ground, the cold it froze
Yeah, we're
my
starting with
fingers
kind of
tight.
diagonal finger rolls. I'm thinking that we're gonna get pretty
Time
depth
was
with
still
those.
and I was lost from sight.
Nice.
For a while, the call is new
Okay.
to turn me loose. You had my heart, I knew it from the start. You had my heart, it cold inside, and every picture made, every song that played is tattooed on my skin forever. You ain't ever gonna feel love. You won't ever feel the way this hurts. 'Cause all the memories that we dreamed of now have all been washed away, do ya? Do you ever wanna feel love? Do you ever feel the way this hurts? 'Cause all the memories that we dreamed of now have all been washed away.
Oh, nice. Okay. Bring that style. Man, I think the only real issue I have is that you are so close. You are so close to the camera. I get why. I kind of get why, because you are doing more intricate things. So you're like, no, the camera needs to see all of this. But like that, if also felt like you were limiting yourself by staying that close. You don't like you. I know it's complexity week, but don't be afraid to still use like depth. Use all the space that you can. I think with what I saw, it's safe to put it at a. I want to give you a 4, but I think it's safe to put it at 3. Let me check. Right. Yeah, cause you did underhand finger rolls. You did overhand finger rolls. You did like a split one. The whips were more transitional. You didn't do many whips. It was mainly within the finger tutting and getting into the triangles that you did some really fun stuff. And then you went with I guess 1-1-3-1 3-1-1-1 square to do thumb traces in box form. That was pretty fun. I really like how on beat that was. I think strictly due to all the really fun triangles and due to that move, even because you built it up from the beginning and then you just kept expanding on it. I think the problem is it didn't have the same energy going throughout the entirety of it. I think it's still safe to give you a 4 though, so I'm gonna give you a 4. but a really close 3. Yeah, really close 3. You, yeah, you basically got it. I think you basically got it. You just have to have those connections going throughout the entirety of it, and also don't be afraid to use space, because how limited you felt, I think, is what keeps it from getting to like a straight 4 or even higher up to a 5. But yeah, so you got a 4 this time. Nice. Okay, so next is Lenormous. Okay, interesting camera angle. How are you going to expand on these moves? You're starting simple and clean. Are you going to utilize this peripherals and circles throughout the entirety of it? Okay, we're already seeing you expand. You didn't use the other side. Okay, so you're using... Oh no, you broke the circle pattern. Okay, back in the same way. Oh no, it's a different way. Yeah, we got a 3-point. Oh, we got some finger roll. We got some finger setting, wave setting. Okay, back to the finger roll. That was a pretty decent ISO. Okay. I think it's safe to give you a 2. I really want to give you a 3, but a 3, yeah, I really want to give you a 3. I'm gonna have it as a 3 for now. I'm gonna go to certain points back. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I have to give you a 2. Yeah, I have to give you a 2. I really want to give you a 3, but this is complexity. I can't give you anything higher, but this would be really good for a different round. This would actually be pretty good for the next round, transitions and pacing. So I think you have that on lock already. And don't get me wrong, you can still get a 5 in complexity with just whips, but the thing is, you need all the more intangible stuff as well. So you did have a structure, you did have some planning there, and I feel like that would also be good with storytelling. Storytelling, musicality. That was pretty solid for musicality from the watch that I did, but I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on your complexity. So you did do like a wave tut in there, and so I can tell that this isn't a variety thing. This is more of a, you were breaking down how you do whips video, but you need more whip. If you want to get a 5 in complexity with just whips, you need more whip patterns, you need more isolations, and you need more grid. You didn't use any necessarily grid system that was outside of yourself. You did have a natural movement style that works, but it doesn't work for complexity. You need to be able to, because you did use some depth, don't get me wrong, you used some depth, you used a good amount of space, you went both sides, forward, back, and up and down. You really utilized the camera itself, but there's to get to a 3 or higher in complexity, you need to be able to show, because you did do one move that was really fun, and that's why I wanted to give you a 3, but the fact that you didn't hang in that move is why I can't get you any higher than a 2. Isolations and yeah, pretty much isolations in the grid. I think that's what would get you there if you wanted to stick with just whips, but also just more intricate whip patterns and placements. Like if you turned around with your whip, if you like did it behind your back, that would definitely add to your complexity because it's a different it's more advanced, right? Like it's all about how you can make that move more difficult, but also how you can showcase it very simply. So like the best people with complexity have the hardest shit. Like think of Hoodie, right? He does the hardest shit, but he makes it look simple. That's complexity. You don't take something that's simple and make it look hard. That will that's not necessarily the same, and that won't get you higher points in this. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for next round transitions and pacing. But for this one, it's a 2. Okay, next is oh Tenzin. Okay, I hear no music. Oh, okay. I like the color set. That was some pretty fun passers. Hey, get a dial in there. Yeah, we got the blue point with one circle. Oh, we got looks like 9.5. Oh, that's clean. That's pretty clean with some nice trail, man. That's sick. Okay, we got some cross-handed webs and rolls. Where are we gonna expand from here? Oh, no expansion from here. Okay, I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the beginning so I can see what happens here. I'm gonna turn my volume. So it's currently at 20. I'm gonna turn it to 80 so I can try to hear this. Okay, I think I get what you were doing there. I don't completely agree. I don't think that was the right move. That was far too much movement. Like, yeah, with the liquid, far too much like secondary. Like you filled up a lot of the screen for a very soft sound. Wait, was that song has to be in the playlist, right? I don't think I heard anyone else use that part of the song. I'm gonna pause. Okay, I found it. Yeah, it is soft, huh? Did you start at the beginning? Is that why? I mean, that's true. It is a 2-minute 59-second song. You went for 131. That's not bad. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, and then okay. So the move you did a pretty decent amount of variety, and you were fairly clean with most of it. You were pretty precise with most of it. Um, High key, not as logical as I'd like to see for a complexity round. Logic being as like, this fits here kind of vibe, right? Like the just very exact, because clean is clean subjective. Logic is based on like body and chips, right? That's the difference in my head, with using those words, right? So, okay. Man, overall, not bad. I want to give you a 3. I think it's safe to give you a 3 because of the amount of variety that you used. But also, I don't know. You did because the finger rolls, you did the whips. Man, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, you started here. You did some of the, you did some of the braids. You did the finger tutting sort of into the wave tutting, into the dial. But you'd never expanded on that. You didn't really expand on anything. You just kind of tossed something out there for variety's sake. But it is a 131 video. So tossing, just kind of your whole arsenal out there without expanding does kind of make sense for what you were using. But also, you have the ability to go for, this song goes for 2 minutes 59 seconds. And you started right at the beginning, so you don't really have an excuse to not continue with the song. I think I have to give you a 2. I think I have to give you a 2. Yeah, I think I have to give you a 2. That's... Yeah. No, it wasn't bad, though. It wasn't a bad show. It did feel like you were focused way more on musicality, though, than complexity. But you did do some variety. I'd say, like, the obvious thing, if you want to raise it, is to stick with one concept and just continue expanding from that. And also have, like, motifs or themes. Kind of plan out the beginning, middle, and end. And maybe do a move in the beginning, and then you do that move a bit more complex in the middle, and then you do that move a bit more complex at the ending, and then boom, you have a whole, like, that helps out with storytelling, pacing. It might help out with transitions if you're able to, like, plan ahead to, like, get into and out of that move well. But yeah, for complexity, it's kind of about not just the variety of stuff, but how well and how far deep you're able to get into that variety of things, but also how well you're able to do, like, hybrid stuff, how good you are with, like, splicing, doing 2 different movements at the same time. Right? So that's not a good example, but I think that's the next step for you, because you have a pretty decent arsenal. You have things that are, like, super contrasting each other. If you're able to, like, assign one hand to do one thing and your other hand to do a different thing, boom, already a 3. But yeah, for now, for this round, it's a 2. Okay, so next is Oma. Okay, this is an interesting beginning. This is a pretty good intro. I have a ball. Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty sick. That's a nice trip, man. That's a good set. Okay, how are we getting? Oh, yeah. That's how. Yes. Already expanding off the move. I've fucking seen ever. The hell? Yo. Dude, yes. This is how you do it. Yeah. You got that one thing, you're expanding on it. This is the middle. Okay. Some fun four cluster parts. Are you back into it? Oh, back into the ball. Four. Ah. There you are. Four. Nah. I know it should be a 3, but I want to give you a 4. Yeah, it should be a 3. I want to give you a 4 though, because that's like specifically that one move. I think it's I think it was because I know it was a 5-point cluster. You were like here with it, and then and then you like whoa. Oh wait, or was it like this, and then you like yeah, dude, no, it was sick. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this move right here. That move right there. That's why I want to give you a 4, but that's just one move. I think I have to bring it down to a 3. The way that you like paced this show was sick. Like even from the beginning, you started simple, you slowly added complexity into it, and then boom, this is the middle, and then you went into like kind of a quick falling action and into the end. I think the only reason I can't give you a 4 is because the rest of the moves that you did in this section were like maybe not as prime. Because you didn't really nah, you know what? Yeah, nah. You used a good amount of different like forms and functions. You're able to like expand and you're able to isolate. I think a 4 is fine. I think a 4 is safe. To get to a 5 though is you have to really expand on the stuff that you're playing around with. You were using the 5 and the 4 for a bit too long, and you didn't traverse space in a way that was unique enough to get to a 5. You did because you did that one really cool move. You really played around with the 5, and then you transitioned down to 4. I think to get to get higher in complexity, very easy. All you would have to do is just more clusters, more isolations, and different patterns. Also, if you were to do that like beginning sequence, that beginning whole part of like the ball into the, if you were to play around with it, maybe even just starting it as a square, because you didn't move your clusters like a ball. If you moved your clusters more like a ball, maybe that would be enough to like, yeah, no, that wouldn't be complexity. That'd be storytelling and pacing. Yeah, possibly musicality as well. But yeah, no, that was a solid show. 225. Yeah. So for this time, you got a 4. Okay, so next is Slow. What? Oh. Okay, let's go. Alright, Slow. What you got? You have a cameraman? You got finger rolls. Okay, let's go. You got hops. That's some pretty good grid work, actually. That's not bad. Nice. Yeah, you do have a cameraman. We're gonna go into some finger tutting. I see dials. We're gonna get into creatures. Okay, we kind of got some clusters. Let's go. We got a wave. Okay. We got a static wave, or sand, tangent wave, those sine waves. Okay, wave tutting. Tutting into wave tutting, sort of into glyphs. Very, symmetrical 3. I want to give you a 4. I cannot give you a 4. The reason I cannot give you a 4 is because you didn't really expand on things that you brought out. You did bring out a good amount of things. Like, don't get me wrong, you brought out a good amount of stuff. But there was never a thing that you went back to and expanded on besides the finger rolls. And even then, with the finger rolls, I'm sorry, but even though you isolated, that's what got you up to a 3. If you didn't isolate anything, then it would have been down to a 2. Thankfully, you got your grid down. And I think that all you got to do is drill a bit more to get some more, because you got a pretty big like arsenal of moves. But when we're going with complexity doesn't mean throw everything you have. Complexity means throw the most intricate things that you have for that one thing as much as you can, and then move to the next. And you did do that. Like, some could argue that you did that with finger tutting, you did that with wave tutting, and you did that with finger rolls. But you did it at a 3 level to get to a 4, or even, I think you could very easily get to a 5 with the arsenal that you have. It's just about how you present it. Because since it looks like you have a pretty good understanding of the grid already, all you really got to do is, instead of going like this and like this, just use the different forms that you have, the different hand shapes that you have, and because I think I would be able to argue up to a 4 if you did more things that were not symmetrical. The fact that you were so symmetrical is a bit of a detriment for the moves that you were doing. So there's like 2 schools of thought here, right? So one is either go way more down the rabbit hole on specific concepts. I would recommend, for what I saw you doing, I would recommend finger tutting, wave tutting, finger rolls. Or you go into less symmetrical movements and more spliced things. That would give you the complexity that you need to get to a 4, and then doing it really well would get you up to a 5. But for now, it's a 3. Okay, next is Pulsk.
Don't you notice
Okay, this is actually a pretty good song for complexity, I think. Working with contours. Now we got finger tutting and passive.
I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same.
Okay, we got liquid, we got movement.
Listening to you heart pump out
I like how that looked kind of like piano keys. Yeah.
She's
That's
so
fun.
perfect, blah blah blah. Oh, how I wish you'll wake up one day. Run to me,
Okay.
confess
Is that
your
a
love,
10-point
at least
cluster?
just
Real
let
quick.
me say that when I talk to you,
Oh, 9 point.
Cupid
Okay.
walks right
Oh,
through
wow,
and
that is
shoots
too
an
much movement.
arrow through my heart. And I sound like a
Okay,
loon,
we
but
got
don't
whips.
you feel it to confess?
How are we gonna expand from here?
I loved you from the start.
Oh, are we winding down? Okay. Oh, okay, like a kind of bouncy, staticky liquid.
Lying on my bed, staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying love is driving me
Nice, we got some tutting.
insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I
Okay. That's an interesting stopping point. Yeah, I think I gotta give you a 3. That was not bad, but I do think you have quite a bit away before I can give you anything higher. I kind of want to give you a 2 because you didn't expand on certain things that you just kind of like, bleh, you just kind of tossed out. But I'm not going to discount that because you also did a pretty decent variety of things. And so because of your variety, I think it's safe to give it a 3. But I would highly recommend just stay in one spot, just find a form that you want to play with, and really figure out how to maximize on that. Puppet did a good video with Nemo the other day. I think it was like last week's or something, where Nemo was kind of describing how he works with his concepts and really just finding a form and maximizing on what that can do. I think is a big reason of how, or a big reason of how you can get a 4 or a 5 in complexity. Just being able to expand on what you have. You did a good variety of stuff though. You did some like wave tutting, whips, finger rolls, liquid. You did kind of like a bouncier, staticky liquid. You tossed in clusters, right? So you have a pretty vast arsenal. It's just now trying to hone what makes yours. Like what makes that whip that you throw your whip. And I think from there, once you have all the things that make yours, and you're able to really expand on moves, boom, easy, 4-5. But for now, a 3. Okay, next is Jiabao. Let's go. Starting with finger tutting. It's a pretty nice set. I feel like I say that every time. Okay, we got some whips. Kind of expanding from the finger roll. Oh no, you went back. Okay, how are you gonna expand from finger rolls? Overhand into more whips. Okay, we got a new pattern. We got the circle move. And then overhands, infinites. Okay, we got a contour. Can we do the other side? Okay, I guess not. Gonna do some finger tutting, maybe creatures. Okay. Kind of playing around with compressions and depth. It's not bad, isolations. That's a smart idea to play with that sound that's happening. Yeah. So that's different. Okay, back into that position. Oh, no, that was a pretty good way to end. Yeah, because that's kind of... No, that's not the way that you started, though. You started there. Okay. This is kind of tough, because I want to give you a 3. I think I have to give you a 2. I don't think I can get any higher than 2, but I want to give you a 3. Let's see. Because you did different patterns, at least. Yeah, you broke out into this, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, you know, I want to give you a 3. I'm gonna give you a 3. Oh, why is it in the corner? Why is it sad? Oh well. But yeah, no, basically, that was a pretty solid show. Not bad, you know. I think that the set that you had, it feels like you kind of get it. You like understand how to make it look good, and it's the way that you're moving with it. The thing of how to improve for complexity though is because I'm pretty convinced that you can make a finger tutting show more complex. And I think the thing that you have that gets you up to a 3 is that you were playing with isolations. So like, you know, when you had your hand out and you like tap, 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 you had it out and you shot out. If you keep playing with that and you're able to do it on both sides, yes, easy 4. If you're able to like do that for a whole show, easy 4. And then yeah, I mean, you got a pretty good amount of what it takes to do good generally, but for complexity itself, this time it's a 3. Okay, so next is KL.
When you wake up in the morning and you're shadowed by the darkness of the night. When you wake up in the morning, darling, I'll be by your side. When you get a little lonely,
Nice.
and you lose your rhythm, don't give up the fight. When you wake up in the morning, darling, I'll be by your side. I'll be by your side.
Transitions, we got liquid. The basic swing. Oh no, we got figure eights. Let's go. That's not bad. That's not bad. I want to give you a 3. I think I gotta give you a 2. You did have some variety. It was pretty, yeah, it was very vibey. You did kind of everything twice with the liquid, the figure eights, the whips, the finger rolls, overhand finger rolls. You did transition pretty well from under to overhand finger rolls. I think I gotta give you a 2. Yeah. No, I mean, it wasn't bad though. It's just, I think where you're at right now, being as general as you can, is feels like a plus, and that's, I mean, this isn't bad. A 2. It's not a 1, and I think actually you would get better in musicality. Musicality is the second one that's out of 5, right? So I think you have a pretty good overall balance with your show. It's just for a competition like this round is specifically for complexity. So I think you gotta just keep working on it, and once you get to a point where you're really comfortable with what you're good at, then you can really drill down on how to make something more complex. But at the stage you're right now, I think just kind of, because I mean, next video is transitions and pacing, so you got a pretty good, I think you have a pretty good read on that. So I'm interested to see what happens when you go fully in and like dive completely into transitions and pacing. But for this round, it's a 2. Okay, so next one is Piasso. Man, this one I was excited for too. Okay, let's see what you got.
Memories of you and me stuck inside
Nice.
these pages. Every melody is you. You
That was
left,
weird.
yet I keep dreaming. Wanna stay inside, get lost with you again. I knew it all along.
Okay,
You were my
I see what you're
oxygen.
doing.
So
Yeah.
let me stay asleep, so you come out
Okay.
at night and keep me safe and sound. 100 years and still you hold me in your arms and lull me into you. I can't believe it now. So let me stay asleep, so you come out at night. I wanna stay asleep. I wanna stay asleep.
Ooh, okay. What are you gonna do from there? If you do something cool from here. Ah, nice. Nice. Okay, use the bottom ones. Oh, no. Okay, you didn't use the bottom ones. Oh, what? What? It is 1:42. You have time. I mean, unless you wanted to end there, but that felt so rushed. Like, because you had the finger rolls, and then you just went like, here. Yeah, man. The middle, I think, was the best part. The intro was a bit slow. I want to give you a 3. I want to give you a 3. Let me see the intro again. Because you did show some variety, and then you honed in on the cluster, or honed in on the isolations, and then the cluster.
Memories of you and me. Carrying away.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3. I'm not gonna, I don't like it, but I'm gonna say 3. So close to a 2, not gonna lie. And why is because I think it's because you stopped where you did. If you continued going and you just continued to expand on the move you were playing with, like, I mean, you heard me say, okay, now do the top, right? Because you're in a, I believe, this position, and then you did that, and you did that. Well, you can do the bottom, like, can kind of, do like, boom, bam, bam, bam. Can play around with, like, changing the 6 point into other positions, into 4 points. You can, like, the 9 point cluster itself, you just did, you know, I think you moved around a bit too much with that as well, with, like, secondary movement, because it didn't feel, like, as crisp as it could. And that kind of shows that you don't have the best sectioning of a grid. And so that's why I kind of wanted to give you a 2, but I think I can warrant a 3 because of that intro and how you played around with at least some variety before you just, like, fully went in. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if you want to improve, like I was saying, just figure out more transitions between your stuff. You played around with some wave tutting, finger tutting, and I feel like you have pretty good forms for that. You have a pretty decent arsenal. Yeah, now you just gotta, like, tap into it and spend a little too much time in just one position. Yeah, for now, it's a 3. Alright, next is QE.
Memories of you and me.
Oh, wow. That. Oh, yeah, that happens with me too.
Is you. You left, yet I keep dreaming. Wanna
Oh,
stay
interesting.
inside, get lost with you again. I knew it all along. You were my oxygen. So let me stay asleep, so you come out at night and keep me safe.
Okay, we got a pinch. We got. Oh, yo, that looks pretty smooth.
You hold me in your arms and throw me into you. I can't believe it now. So let me stay asleep, so you come out at night. I wanna stay asleep. I wanna stay asleep.
Nice. That was perfect. Yes. Let's go. Oh, okay, that was too high. That's too high. Okay, finger roll. You had a wave earlier. You're gonna go back into a wave. You're going into whips.
Each color has its meaning, singing to the thoughts about
Ah, nice. Getting into more creatures.
I keep dreaming, wanna stay inside, get lost with you again. I knew it all along, you were my oxygen. So let me stay asleep, so you come out at night and keep me safe and sound.
That's a good trace. Nice. Oh, I feel like he did that just slightly off. Nice. That was a good ending. That was a good ending. I gotta give you a 3. Definite 3 for sure. Boom. Easy. I love the creatures that you did. I love the dexterity that you showcased. But, and I feel like you might not feel this way, but I feel like you're moving a little too fast. And I feel like that's a thing that you hear all the time. But why I'm saying to slow down is I want to see you slow down so that you can, because next week is transitions and pacing, right? So I want to see you slow down so that you can really let every move breathe while also being able to not necessarily like complete the move, but to complete a section of that move to transition into another one, if that makes sense. So I think you were wait, where was the position? You were like, no, it wasn't that one, it was this way. You were like here with your thumbs in there, and you went a little too far up. That was one thing that did kind of bother me. But why I'm saying to slow down is also like so that you can really just kind of let this guy breathe. Use more secondary movements. You know, you can just kind of have this position here and then swing it. Can, you know, and you sort of did that, but I think you did it too fast in the sense of it felt like you had to do more moves, and so you went with whips and you went with flails because variety was in the description. But yeah, I for complexity this was pretty solid, you know. Straight 3. To get higher, definitely, even in your whips and flails, just kind of figure out the mechanics of the move, find an isolation point, and then just kind of shift it so that you're in something else. Just kind of always keep them guessing. Especially when it comes to creatures, I feel like that mentality of kind of always keeping them guessing is a good way to think about it, to continue to expand on it and to like. But yeah, no, overall, thoroughly enjoyed show. This time it's a 3. Okay, so next is Sover. Okay, jumping into finger tutting real early on. First move. Okay, how much are you going to be able to expand from here? Let's go. Okay. Oh, not really changing that form much. Okay, no, it changed. Okay, we gotta pass through. Fun thumb stuff. Finger roll, finger roll. Figure 8 into wave tutting. Okay, oh, same passer. Okay, so let's say that's 2. Oh, nice, whips. Let's go. Okay, how hard are you making these patterns? Let's go. 3. That's new. Okay. Throwing the whip. Okay, so that's 2 for that, 3 for the other. Okay. So that I think I gotta give you a 2. It was a pretty solid show. I feel like maybe you focused on more things besides complexity for this, and I mean that's always good overall. I mean next week is transitions and pacing, so if you wanted to try to get a if you wanted to try to like work some of that in, I can see that, but you get a 2 this time because although you did do some stuff that one could say is complicated, one could say that it is, pretty visually complex. I don't think that it was expanded on enough to warrant a 3 or had enough variety to warrant a 3 because of the repetition. I believe you repeated 4 times for certain moves, 3 times for others, and you did that pass through 2 times without the thumb one, where I believe the position was like this, and then you went like that. And that's not repeating isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's about where you put the moves that matter, and the places that you decide, like the moves that you decided to repeat for where you are in the show didn't match up to make it any more complex. And so I can't give you anything higher for that. I mean, obviously that stuff works with storytelling and pacing, and it hurts transitions and it hurts musicality sometimes because you want to be able to hear a thing and see something that is producing that sound, if you know what I mean, for musicality. So, but that doesn't matter. Complexity. To get to a 3, all you got to do is not repeat. To get up to a 4, you already kind of have a pretty decent arsenal. So you just have to figure out how you want to lay out the moves. For a lot of judges, the complex components of things feels better if you're starting, if you hit with like a good hook and then you start slow and you build up and then you hit the heaviest, most complicated moves that you can at the drop/climax of the video, and then you just taper out and bring it to a good closing. That's what feels the best to a lot of judges. But yeah, so for this time, you got a 2. Okay, next is a mole. A mole? Okay, I think you might have overlaid wrong. Okay, into liquid. Liquid's always good to start.
Một người con tim tan vỡ vì yêu đắm say một người không phải nỗi nhớ, người kia đã quên lòng rồi. Một người con tim tan vỡ vì yêu đắm say một người không phải nỗi nhớ, người kia đã quên lòng rồi. Tim lại đau em khóc thật lâu để nỗi sầu qua mau, trên tay là ly rượu cay càng uống càng say để nỗi đau phai màu, nhưng sao càng uống lại càng đau hơn, hay vì muốn ở gần nhau hơn, không đâu chẳng ai lại quay về nơi mà những niềm đau kia bắt đầu. Một ngày lại đến cố đến thở than, buồn thì uống để giết thời gian, ngồi đầm nhấm khi ức vỡ tan, ôi tình yêu là thứ tồi tàn, đồng hồ báo đã 4 giờ hơn, buồn thì vẫn kéo đến từng cơn,
flail and whip.
cho dù em giờ đã mệt rồi, đừng quên đi em bước đi trong bóng đêm đen dần buông, em đang khóc than và dối gian trong cuộc đời, em ơi đi quên hết đi cho nỗi đau kia ngừng luôn, tình yêu vốn không như chúng ta luôn chờ đợi, một người con tim tan.
Okay, that's pretty good musicality. Let's go.
Một người con tim tan. Một người con tim tan.
Back to whips.
Một người con
I don't think I saw the circle move yet.
Một người con tim tan.
Man, you ended with the thumbs up. 2. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It is actually pretty. So the thing about that video is I feel like it was actually pretty good for what next round is, which is transition and pacing. So it feels like you started kind of slow and then you build up to like more and more things, and that's literally pacing. Transitions are how you get in between those things, and I feel like you might have to practice a bit on that, but nah, dude, overall that was pretty solid. For complexity though, it's at a 2 because you have very brief ideas of the concepts, and now you just have to build it out. One thing that I would highly recommend if you want to get into like circle theory stuff is the Vulcan Tech Gospel. Like there's multiple paths. One is Vulcan Tech, and that will give you more timing and direction patterns to play with. Watching poi spinners. I don't know if you spin poi, but if you do, just translating some of those moves like pendulums and trichetras, the in spin and anti spin flowers, kind of in spin or anti spin and flowers in general. That's one route to go. Another route to go is by leaning really heavy into the whips and getting into figure eights, so that you're going to be able to use different patterns for whips in different places in space. Just finding the grid and isolation points, breaking down every move. So even like if you're doing the buzzsaw split time same direction, you like break it down and you spin it to the side, you bring it over, because you already tossed your whip, you already have a move where you're sending out, so to just work on your transitioning from there, keep building your arsenal, and then boom, easy, get into 3 just by adding a couple more moves, and then get into 4s by like kind of breaking down and getting into isolations, getting more timing direction patterns. So you have a really good trajectory, but for right now it's a 2. Okay, next is Mao.
There's a space in my heart.
Okay, wait, I think I missed it.
There's a space in my heart when it all comes crashing
Okay.
down.
Starting nice and simple.
I'm public. There's a place that I go every time that you're in town. It's just me.
That's an interesting setup. I like the lighting. The angle might be a bit to your detriment, but I'm not sure yet. Playing with stacks, okay. Nice. Bring it down, let's go. Okay, that's a pretty solid finger roll. Yeah, that's a pretty static. Good discipline. Okay, we got liquid. That's a bit more sporadic. Figure eights. Okay, let's go. Man, I want to give you a 3. I think I gotta give you a 2. It was okay. It was all right. You did a couple things really well, and I think that matters more than doing a lot of things really poorly. So now all you gotta do is maximize on what you're using and easy get into the 3s, or just kind of spread yourself a bit more so that you're able to hit some different things, because I saw you stacking in a weird way. It feels like the stacking and the flails aren't in sync, if you know what I mean. It feels like you have a lot of primary movement, and and your whips and your flails are kind of part of a primary movement in the sense that it's static, which is a good thing, right? To have a nice static flail. But I think you need more secondary movement and to have more emphasis on where you're trying to move and land within your secondary movements. Because like with the liquid, I feel like your liquid was a bit sporadic. So yeah, maybe liquid is what I think you might want to work on to get up to a 3. Because once you catch some really good waves, you're going to be able to do some really nice transitions, and pacing is the next week, right? So yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to watch. And for now, you got it too. Okay, next is CCMZ. Okay, let's go, bro. Very serious looking. Oh, this is very quiet. Okay, I don't think you overlaid. I'm not gonna change this though. It looks like you see yourself, and it looks like you can tell that the window is very bright. Okay, I see some movement there. You got some whips now. Okay. We got some continuous whips. Let's go. Okay, I see your thumb placement. Let's see if there's a reason why you're isolating it there. Okay, looks like you're not too... comfortable having your wrists connected. Okay, huh. Man, I don't want to give you a 1. I think I gotta give you a 1. Okay, so I'm giving you a 1 now, but this is complexity. And why I'm giving you a 1 is not because this was, like, terrible. It's because you were... Well, actually, I'm really glad that you submitted. I'm glad that you submitted because this is hard. Complexity is hard, especially if it's not something that you feel like you're strong at, if you're, like, not comfortable with it. To get even higher, I think all you have to do really is take some of those moves that you have and figure out how to do them backwards. From there, just figure out how, like, try to get more comfortable with where your placements are. So, like, have them locked here, be like, oh, okay, I can do this here. When I saw you throwing whips and I saw where your thumbs were tucked, I was thinking, oh, maybe you're gonna play around with that as like an isolation point. You know, just kind of just figure out fun things that make you the stuff. It's hard to record, but all the goofy stuff that happens when you're gloving with your friends, if you're able to figure out how to like take that, hone in on that, and get that in recording, easy to probably a 3, and then from there you just got to work on your isolations, man. But I am glad that you like submitted a video. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of time sometimes too. I mean, I saw you did an overlay. Overlaying is it takes a lot of time, unless you're like super proficient at it, in which case, but that's still a chance case, you know what I mean? But no, I mean, next week, transitions and pacing. So I'm interested to see what you're going to throw for that. But for right now, it's a 1. Okay, so next is Dig Sun. Oh, it sounds like you didn't overlay yours either. Oh, wow, wait, hold up. Okay, one more time. You started kind of fast. Let's go. Oh, you didn't start that fast. Okay, we got finger rolls into flails. You did one finger out with the flails. Okay, sending it out to the side. Okay. Got whips. Okay, one finger out. What is that finger gonna do? How are we gonna isolate? Okay. Okay. Let's see if we change the pattern up. Okay, okay. Got the finger rolls. Isolating thumb in that position. So how are we going to use that? Okay. Some fun flails. Okay, we got like some of the other side too. Okay, so where are we gonna expand from here? Okay, I'm sorry, but it's a 1. That's not a bad thing, okay? So it's a 1, but it's only a 1 in complexity. I feel like in the other categories, this would score higher. But because this is the complexity round, that's the only thing I'm looking at, which is kind of benefited, it's not detrimented by your song not being overlaid. For the next round, I would highly recommend to try to get it overlaid because the next round is transitions and pacing. So in that, like, someone could argue that the song doesn't matter, but it's a lot easier when you hear the song and see the moves to judge. For complexity, though, it's really about the intricacies about it. The way that Aki put it was the variety, the difficulty, and the uniqueness. So, I mean, you have to ask yourself, right? Was there a lot of variety in the number of specific types of motion? Was there difficulty? Was there skill or technique required? And was it unique? So I would like to argue that sadly there wasn't a lot of uniqueness. There was a small amount of difficulty and there was a small amount of variety. What harms complexity is repetition, and I did see you repeat, not like a lot, but enough to be like, okay, you did that move in a place that doesn't make sense for you to do it, and therefore that hinders you. If you do a move in a place that makes sense for you to, a second or third time, then boom, that's a plus, For example, Wonka's most recent show, the King of Trance finals, or I guess finals, versus Dr. Freeze. He did some moves multiple times, and it made sense not only because he was doing very overt wordplay in the song, but it made sense because of where he placed his show in the song, that it was kind of the rising action into the climax, and then it was the falling action into the, or well, like the end of the climax into the second drop, falling action into the resolution into the ending. So he really like framed the show by doing those moves a second time. And I think that adds to your complexity. So there's a lot of stuff that you got going for you. But well, and actually, I am kind of interested in seeing how you're gonna play with this next round because it seems like I would have to rewatch it, thinking about pacing, but it seems like you have pretty decent pacing, and then the moves that you have, you just gotta choose the right song for it, and boom, easy, you can get transitions. So I'm pretty excited for what's gonna be popping up in the next round, but for right now, you got a one. Okay, next is Cert. Let's make sure I'm watching from the start. Boom. Okay, not the best for the like stick. Oh, where are we going though? You got space. Okay. Oh. Yo, we gonna go into dials? I see what you're doing there. Okay, you seem pretty comfortable. Cut in. Okay, we got clusters. Ooh, that was not as smooth as I wanted to be, but like that position is solid. Okay, we got whip. Oh, nice. Whip into a cluster creature. Yo, we got locks. Yo, we got glyphs. Let's go. Hey. Nice. Oh, did you just... Oh, man, what was it called? Did you just do digit contortions? Okay. I want to give you a 3. I think I can only give you a 2. Man, I really want to give you a 3. Let's see if I can find a good argument for 3. Yeah, I think I have a good enough argument for 3. I can't give you any higher though. Yeah, I mean, dude, base, like, it's almost, not gonna lie, it's almost a 2. But, like, the way that Aki put it, right, it's understanding basic knowledge, it's variety, difficulty, uniqueness. I'd say that you had some unique stuff in there. I'd say that there's a couple things in there that were overtly difficult, and I'd say that there was a decent amount of variety. I mean, you repeated yourself a couple times with the finger tutting, and that's definitely a minus. But you did show some basic knowledge. I like that you went from the whips into the like kind of cluster into the cluster creature. That was fun to watch. I love. I kind of just want you to. I'd love to see you just dive more into creatures and into like glyphs and locked positions. Like you were playing around with this dude. I think it was this dude right here. You can do a lot of fun stuff. Oh no, you were here. I think. Yeah. You can do a lot of fun stuff from this, man. And then I have spent a lot of time trying to like get away from symmetry and trying to get away from creatures and trying to strictly do like threads and locks as like their own thing. But I feel like it'd be really dope to see you like go head first into the creatures. The creatures at the end are definitely what helped give you a 3. You did some really fun finger tutting, but I don't think I like you had that one. I think it was like your ring finger. You were like, yeah, here, let me find it real quick. No, it's before that. Yeah, that. Where it's like, and that, because you did this, and then you did it again, like going up to down, and I was like, yo, that's solid. You just have to hone it. You just have to like go a bit more into it. I mean, you got like, yeah, you definitely have trajectory. It's just, yeah, no, I feel like you tried to, maybe it's just you tried to cram too much in this, but normally you do, you know, just kind of all of these things. I mean, you only spent 144. The max, I believe, was 3 minutes. But, I mean, especially on camera, it can always feel a bit like you gotta go fast. You gotta just cram everything in. But, yeah, I think especially for next round, because this was actually kind of choppy. And choppy is not bad. It's just next round is transitions and pacing. So, just giving you some advice for next round. Please just kind of let each move breathe a little and then go on to the next. Add some secondary movement if you want. You know, you can be in a position like this and then just bring it around like that. Boom. And then you can go into other stuff, you know? So, yeah, don't be afraid of using secondary movement, especially if you're going to be doing creatures too. Yeah, no, I'm kind of, I feel like I was really excited to see your round 3 right here, and now I'm also excited to see what's gonna happen next. So, for this round though, it is a 3. Okay, next is Thou. Yo, okay. Very good intro. Okay, maybe not very good.
Why do I find myself in the middle, trying to figure out how to solve this riddle? All you ever give is a little bit of you. Working it out, I'm going crazy, and all I ever get is something maybe. Still not sure what all the fuss is about.
Not completing the lip sync. Okay, that's sick. Let's go. Oh, that's a really strong, like, flail position. Nice. We got both sides. Okay. Yeah, we got the vert. Still split time, same direction though. Okay. Oh, nope, split off. Oh, no, same off. Tog off. That was almost tog same. Oh, okay, that's fun. Using depth. Yo, okay, that was a strong show. Really love the back, like, it, man, if you take anything from this, that fade in and your background, perfect. I think, sadly though, for complexity, I'm gonna have to give it a 2. I really want to give you a 3, but I think I have to give you a 2. So close to a 3, like a ball's hair close to a 3. I think the only thing that's keeping you from a 3 to me is how well you're able to stay in those patterns, in the flail patterns, and how your whips don't feel completely complete. It but I do like where your thumb is isolated in your whips. So let me pause on a couple things. Like, I'm saying that this is a 2, but for like other categories, this is definitely higher. But, this week's complexity. Where I think you are strong in your whip.
Working it out, I'm going.
Yeah, like I know you get it, but I just want to make sure that you understand what I like about your whips also. Because I said already that you don't complete them, and that I think you hear a lot. You probably hear that a lot. But what I like about them is that right there, like where your thumb is placed. Because if your thumb is placed here, and that's a strong placement. Let me see. I'm gonna make myself a bit larger. Yeah. Okay, if your thumb is like this, then you can really isolate and do some fun stuff. Because as long as you have the isolation strong, you can really pick that apart, and that also means that you can go along with the grid. And if you're going along with the grid, then you can do some fun stuff like just pulling it back and going into crazy fun, like more box-ish patterns. But also your flails, I really like this position in your flails. Very strong with that. If you were stronger in transitioning between and staying in the different timing direction patterns, and by timing direction patterns I mean like so there's 4 that's in the Volkensack Gospel, and like, so the one that I saw you doing the most was this, which is split time, because they're both like split, and then same direction because they're going the same way. And I saw you doing together same, but this wasn't as strong. I didn't see that move be as clear, and it felt like you went straight from like this 3 times into something that wasn't as it just felt not as proficient. And when it comes to complexity, it is about the straight difficulty of the concept, but it's also about how you're executing it, and that's what always kept me down, the execution of it. So being really confident in doing the together sames, and then split same. You did do some what's called together opposites, which is when they're like both facing the same way, and then they're just going the opposite way that way. You did do that for like this, where they're like doing this move, and then the one that I didn't see you do is the 4th one. And I think if you did do this 4th one and you were a bit more strong with the other 2, so this 4th one is called split opposite. So split same is going the same direction, right? So split opposite goes like that, up, back, up, forward, up, back, up. So it looks like that. So if you were to like really crisply do those in a really meaningful way, easy 3 might give you a 4 if you're able to do some really fun petal patterns, like flower petals, right? So in spin, anti spin stuff. But you have a really good trajectory. Very excited to see what's gonna happen for next round, which is transitions and pacing, which I think you're like, I didn't watch it for that, so I don't really know what I would give for that, but it looks like you'd be really good at that one. So very excited to see that. Very, very excited. But for this round, it's a 2. Okay, so so next is Elvity. Let's make sure it's at 100. Full screen. Let's make sure I'm recording. Not gonna lie, I did lose my recording. So let's watch this again. It's a great show though. Solid intro. I love that you had depth. Pinches, awesome. Clusters and finger tut. Love the pinches again. If you stayed within there, that would have been sick. That was dope. 37. These are the whips I don't like. Okay, circle move, and then start from here. These are whips I like. And then you got some figure eights. Yeah, some split times in direction. Oh, these are straight flails, huh? Man. Okay. So I'm gonna have to give you a 3. It was a solid show. I really liked it. It feels like you did a general show and you weren't as concerned about complexity, or it also looked like you were really concerned about showcasing your variety, and I feel like you got a lot that you just didn't do that would have been so much better to do instead of what you did do. You know what I mean? Like, this show wasn't maximizing on your complexity, but it was just a solid show all around. You did some really fun forms. Like, I love the pinching. You did, I believe you were here, and I like that one a lot. And then you went into the finger tutting, you went into the wave tutting. If you stayed within like this section of pinching up until the build up, and instead of doing the like kind of slow whip section from 37 to 57 about 20 seconds, because once you started doing the circle move, that's when I was like, okay, yes, these are whips that give you points in complexity. Because before that, I wouldn't say that those were whips that were any different than the ones that you kind of previously did throughout the show for like the wave tutting and stuff, or kind of the vibe of the intro. So yeah, sadly, also you had 3 minutes max. You used 1 minute and 23 seconds. So if you went for longer, I think you would have been able to pull out a 4, might have even been able to pull out a 5 from me. But because this is strictly complexity and I'm following just for that, I gotta give you a 3 this time. Very excited to see your transitions and pacing video next time though. Next is Tarako. Oh, okay. This is another one I was hyped for. You didn't overlay it again.
Maybe I struck by the signs and I don't have
Okay,
a clue.
we're doing the liquid, we're doing waves.
The things that I know really true. How did I get in this place? Even if I step
Okay.
from you.
This is very musicality. This is not very complexity, dog. Not gonna lie.
Fell for you.
Okay, let's go. Yes, give me ISOs. Going into finger tatting. Ooh, that was a good position. That was kind of nuts. Okay, digital folds. Let's go. We got some pinching. Finger tatting, got it. Smooth. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, and okay. Oh, gonna do some contour? No. Alright. Oh, just the trace. Just the hinge there. I do like how it's not symmetrical all the time. Nice. Yes. Okay, cool. We have a bass line. Let's go. Ooh. Oh, that's sick. Yeah. Okay, we're going into clusters. Yeah. Yo, let's go. Nice. Oh, it looks like you're having some problems with your left hand, but it's fine. Everyone does. Unless you're, Nemo. Ooh. Yo, we got triangles? Alright, 4. Easy 4. Man, yeah, easy 4. Easy 4. Boom. It is so okay. Wait, how long did you waste my time though with this? Like, okay, so like half a minute. So this is 2:51. That pretty good timing though. Love the section of the song that you picked. Maybe you could have chopped off the beginning, that where you ended. Perfect. Where you had your like little break before the clusters came back. Beautiful. Letting that man. Okay, let's go from the start. So 36 seconds in is when you're doing your like the point ISO with your finger for the sound U. 30 seconds in, you were just kind of wasting our time with liquid. Well, okay, liquid is good. Liquid can be complex. You were doing the same wave, very basic though. Yeah, wait, where's that position you went into? There was one where I was just like, what? Oh no, it's earlier. That whole thing there, solid. Like, just with that, I would have given you a 3. And then you did this, and then you let it breathe, and then you came back to it. That was perfect. that's to me what gave you a 4. And then you just continued that volition, and it's all dope with the triangles and the finger tutting. Awesome. To get to a 5 though, it's very much that thing of, hey, you did show some of your uniqueness by doing the clusters, doing a cool move within the clusters, letting it breathe, and then coming back to it. But making all of your show feel as good as that did, that's a 5. That would be a 5. So you're not, this show wasn't quite that, but you did bring it. So that was dope to watch. Next week is going to be transitions and pacing. So yeah, it's going to be a trip. But yeah, for this week, it's a 4. Okay, so next is Quango. Oh, wait, did I miss something? Or did you just start? Oh, wow. Okay, let's go. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, no, we're going in. Just starting with 4 points. And then 6. Yo, you're using your thumb? Oh, wow. Okay. That's a nice box. Yeah, those are truly boxes. Yo, okay. Scared now. You are 1 minute in. Okay, you got circle move, you got whips. Diddle-doo. Ah, man, I really want to give you a 4. How long was the whip section? So this is 116. So 59. So it's just 16 seconds of moves. And you did at least like have some different patterns in it. You had the like circle move, and then you split, and then you went the other way. Brought it around. I think I can still warrant a 4. I really want to give you a 4. Yeah, I can still warrant a 4 because of how unique your clusters were. Yeah, that's fine. To get to a 5, you know that whip section? All you gotta do? Add isolations. Like, I was scared for the whip section because I thought it was just gonna be really, really simple whips. At least you did some patterns in there, like the circle move, breaking it off into the other side, and then you went into kind of a buzzsaw plane. That in my opinion was enough variety to like keep it from going down to a 3. But if you want to elevate it up to a 5, you take each, so whenever you're going into that whip, you break it down. So if you're gonna toss the circle move, okay, so where am I going from here? You gotta do something, you gotta transition into something from that circle move. You gotta give every move its own like a big purpose and repurpose. So super solid show. Like it's you heard complexity, you brought complexity. But yeah, this time it's a 4. Okay, next is Sonoko. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we starting with the story. Starting with the shaky hands. You got a fish eye? Are you gonna use the fish eye, bro? We say whips. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we got finger tuts. we got platform? Pass through? That's a pretty good hinge. Yo, we got a... Nice. Okay, please use the other side as well. Use the other side. Oh, that was pretty solid depth. Yeah. Let's go. Nice. Use the other side. Use the other side. That was a good trace, though. Nice. Breaking them down. Nice. Man, I really want to give you a 4. I think I gotta only give you a 3 though. Man, that was good though. That was good. That was good. Okay, so here's my problem. Why I can't give you any higher than a 3 is because it feels like complexity wasn't the main thing you were focused on. You were focused on it for a bit, and I think that was really smart if you're trying to do like a really general show. Your musicality was pretty on point. I'd say that your transitions were pretty solid, not like prime, but pretty solid. Pacing was pretty solid, and your I think your use of space wasn't as good. Speed control for musicality purposes needs a bit of work. Precision is something that I feel like you could like really point at and be like, oh, okay, precision wasn't as prime either. But overall, I think that was a really great general show. But I don't care about anything else but complexity for this round. You did a good amount of finger tutting / platforms, pass-throughs. The problem is you did them all on one side. And also when you broke out into doing other things, I really thought you were just going to break them down and like have fun with them. The flails specifically, you had some really fun patterns with your whips and flails, but there was a section near the ending with your flails where okay, let's see where is it. Your tutting was your tutting was fun to watch because it was very animated. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was very character-y. That move. That right there. Yes. Problem. No grid. So you have the moves, you have the arsenal. Now you just need to put the more like intangible things and set those up for your guidelines, because you were very to the one side for the finger tutting part. When it got to the liquid, you were super in frame. It was sick. So now you just have to kind of treat your you just have to kind of bring some of those moves into where you're comfortable at with other concepts. So like yeah, this was a sick video just in general, but for this round for complexity, you have a 3. Okay, next is Nasty. Ooh, this is terrifying. Yo, you got the low reds blinking.
I'm spiraling in ecstasy. I'm drowning in my apogee. I'm draining from between my teeth. Don't wake up, don't wake up.
Creepy
Don't
stuff.
wake me while I'm dreaming. Don't wake up, don't wake up. I've seen things you could not believe. Don't try to break my fall down this road.
Yeah, I got some ISOs. Finger time.
I hardly know. I should think that I would wake up. What a disaster to be late from my own ball. Wake up, I'm beating past the hope. The queen is rational.
Oh, okay.
Do wish I hadn't quite changed so much. You critique my habits from inside your hutch. I don't think I have. Then you shouldn't talk. No, you shouldn't talk. No, you shouldn't talk until I'm falling in amphetamine. I'm spiraling in ecstasy. I'm drowning in my apogee. I'm draining from between my teeth. Don't wake up, don't wake up. Don't wake me while I'm dreaming. Don't wake up, don't wake up.
I like how split it is, but still being very connected. That's your third time I did that. Oh, nice. We got some flails. And that's still the same way.
I should think that I would wake up. What a disaster to be late from my own ball. Wake up, I'm beating past the hope. The queen is rational.
Okay, that was a nice figure 8. Man, I don't want to give you a 2. I don't think I saw enough to warrant a 3.
I'm falling, I'm draining, I'm dreaming.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, you did. Okay, so you did a pretty decent variety of things. You did the finger rolls. You did the liquid. You did the waves. You did you had the like finger tutting section, where you also had the kind of like dials and almost creatures. Yeah, I think I can warrant a 3 for your variety. Very close to getting a 2, but I'm gonna give you a 3. And although I really enjoy how split your hands were for most of the time, I think the speed you were going with the type of flashing pattern that you were using, you gotta go a slightly different speed so that you can, if you're not gonna use the flashing pattern to your advantage, you can at least do really intricate things, and then when you bring your hands back, you can have them in a form. And a big thing you could do with a pattern like that and with a song like that is just kind of stay there, like with a creepy ass song like that, you can really just like, if you had your hands kind of in this kind of like, because there was a section where you were kind of doing dials like that, right? So you could really just have your hands like this, and then just like kind of highlight specific points. So it's like do 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 do, and like it would like add to the like creep factor of the song. And it also looked like you were kind of focused on musicality as well. but that's not a bad thing. It's just, since this is only complexity for this round, I'm hyper focused on watching what complex things you're doing. And for that, very excited. Actually, next round is transitions and pacing. So that's going to be interesting, but for this round, it's a 3. Okay. Munotori. Let's go. Yo, there is no shot, dog. You are using this fucking song? Yes. Yo, you are doing good, too. Okay. Yo. You don't have a lot of space, but you're still attempting to. Yo, that's wild. Every time I turn around, cats got their hands out, want something from it. I ain't got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't get it. Hit it with full strength. I'm a jail nigga, so I fix the world. Make it feel your plan. You against me against you. Whatever, whenever, nigga, fuck you gon' do. Please do something super complicated. Even if it's not clean, let's go.
Stop.
No, bro, dude, no way you stopped when he said stop, man. Man, dude, dude. Man, I don't even know what to give you, man. I want to give you a 5 just for using that Bulb Forsaken track. I love it, by the way. I wasn't the judge that picked it, but like that's a great song, and I do listen to it. It's such a meme. Somehow you did really well to it. I'm mad this isn't the musicality round. But you got variety, difficulty, uniqueness. You did some really unique stuff. You had a good variety. And you did have some really difficult things that you did, such as when I pointed out the when I said buzzsaw, that refers to like the on the side, right? So you got the side stuff that you were doing with your finger setting. I'm not exactly sure what she did, but I think it was like something like that. Man, you fucking ended when he said stop. I want to give you a 5. I know I can't. I know the right answer is 3. The right answer is to give you a 3. And it's because it, like, okay. And I don't completely agree with this, but this is a way that you have to judge complexity because of like where it is in the scorecard. And it's not really the cleanliness of the move. It's also not really the like logic of the move, but it's the attempt of doing a difficult move and not doing it and not giving the effect that you intended. Like you can correct me if I'm wrong, but for some of the finger setting, obviously your hands were a little askew, your hands were kind of, it was a little like that. And so for that reason, I can't give you anything higher than a 3, but you put in work, man. This was a great track. This was a great round. So yeah, I'm very excited to see your musicality round, but that's later on. But this one, you got a 3. Okay, so just watched the last one. In general, things that I've been saying, and just kind of the how to improve with complexity is there's so many like ways, so many routes that you can go through with it, but essentially, since complexity was broken down as variety, difficulty, uniqueness, variety is always fun, but think about it in this way too, where variety is not only, oh, all of this tree that I can do, but, oh, on this tree there's one branch, and this branch I can do so many things. That's variety, right? Where you can do an entire show with just whips, you can do an entire show with just clusters, just finger tutting, one, 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 and really honing in on and figuring out sub concepts within that concept. Difficulty is kind of the same, but it's also like a mental thing, and also, in my opinion, an isolations thing. So I know for one of the rounds I mentioned the Vulcan Tech Gospel. For another one I mentioned just point isolation and being able to just really stick, like have a move stick, and then like ISO from that point, or to have like a just a basic grid, 3x3 box or 3x3x3 cube. So you got like boop 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 boop, doot 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 doot, and like that whole space that you got to play around with, as well as depth. And you guys use depth really well most of the time, and uniqueness. Some people really showcase uniqueness well, and a good way to work on how to make some of your moves a bit more unique is to just ask yourself, what have I not seen? Or ask yourself, to what do I want to see more, and how can I do that myself and do that better so that I can, see other people doing it. Or even uniqueness could be that thing of just enhanced storytelling, where you have a really fun story that you want to tell. You have a character that has a really big beginning, middle, end, and you go through those moves, and from there you do like you do your show. Because if someone pulls if someone pulls a gun and that gun becomes whips, I can't say that that's not complex, because it's a gun that became whips. I can't say it's not complex. So there's a lot of really fun stuff that you guys are doing. That's just kind of my basic notes for the ending here. Once again, very glad that I am one of the judges. If you guys have any further questions after the feedback videos, then just hit me up. And if you want a bit more of an example of certain things, or if you just have questions, I'm totally down to send you some resources, send you some links to some either videos or just kind of stuff you can read, or ideas, or even challenges, because this is my favorite category out of the IGL scorecard. This is my favorite category, complexity. It's out of 5. It's one of the most biased ones, and it's also one of the hardest. So you guys did a good job in general. I'm a little sad that some people didn't get to submit, but in a competition, always happens. Either way, everyone that did submit, very glad I got to watch your videos. Very excited for next round as well. Transitions and pacing. But for this one, for complexity, it's all she wrote. Shoots.